Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. This morning, I'm going to be sharing with you some special things that I enjoy doing, and I will be back to share with you what they are. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. It's going to be beautiful here in Colorado today. High 70s, lots of sunshine. That's such a perfect time of year. I love spring, and just all the things that happen in spring are great. I have some books I'm going to be sharing with you in my May Mom's Morning Basket. So I'm going to get started with those and share with you what I have for the month of May. First book I'm going to share with you is Jeanette Okie, and it is called Love's Abiding Joy. Now, I have seen this movie. It's a beautiful, I love the whole series. My husband got it for me as a gift, and I have watched them several times, but I have not read the books yet. So I would like to go through the books and read them because I know a lot of times there's different things in the books than there are in the movies. So I'm excited about it. If you've ever watched it, it's a birthday surprise and another journey west, but then comes tragedy. It's the whole series, like I said, is beautiful. And it's just where we can find joy even in difficult circumstances like we're living in right now. So I just want to look for joy in every day and blessings in all the things we have. So I look forward to reading this book. Like I said, I've watched the movie. If you have any comments about the book and the movie or what your thoughts are, please leave them down below. So I'm excited to read this. It talks about faith, love, and joy, even in the midst of life's swirling storms. The next book I have is Living with Thorns. It's a biblical survival guide. It's Mary Ann Frolick, and it's talking about the Apostle Paul. It's talking about that thorn in his side that he had to live with. And she talks about just because you're living in circumstances, you don't have to be upset about maybe a circumstance that you have to adjust in your life, things that aren't going to change, things that you need to adjust to. And we just have to remember to overlook things and to look for the good in everything, because there's some things that are unchanged. They're unchanged circumstances. They're not going to change. Somebody may have to live with cancer. We do have people we love that pass away, and we have to live with that sorrow. But God will get us through it, and he will show us how to get through it. And by remembering his promises that it's never goodbye, it's just I'll see you soon, it will make it easier for us. So living with thorns can be a good thing because we have a constant reminder of our powerful God and how awesome and amazing he is. So Living with Thorns is a book I'm looking forward to, and I do like biblical books. I love all kinds of books, but I try to stay close to Jesus because in those books I find peace and comfort, and I am uplifted all the time. So the next book I have is called A Gracious Space. It's the spring edition, and it's by Julie Bogart. And it's just a daily reflection to sustain your homeschooling commitment. And she is so awesome. I really enjoy all her books. This is the spring edition. I do have the fall and the winter. I don't have the summer as of yet. It says if you enjoyed this volume, you will love Julie Bogart's homeschooling, coaching, and mentoring program. She just gives you just great ideas and how to be kind and to be gentle and how to approach children. And she gives you quotes for the day. This quote, whoops, I'm sorry. I was just looking at one. The quote in this day, it says, "Thank you. I was nearly suicidal before I came to realize that self-care is my number one responsibility and not everyone else's job. It is the opposite of what it feels like, selfish. Without self-care, I am not well enough to give to anyone else." Alice Gruner. And it's just, she just goes through and, there's several different quotes. This one here, it says, "I have found that parenting and homeschooling especially has led to the most personal growth ever. Not all of it is pleasant, but all of it is beneficial. And I love going through her quotes. I love her suggestions, how we can make our day brighter, how we can take a gentle approach with our children, and how we can let children lead and teach us the things that they're learning and different ways to do things because they have great ideas. They're just little people. And I love listening to my children, and I care about how they feel and what they want to do. So this is a great book. You'll enjoy it. Another one that I have is Give Your Children the World. This is an invaluable resource, and it talks about raising global minded kids one book at a time, and it's by Jamie C. Martin. And this book is just really good because it talks about raising insightful and compassionate kids, children that want to do other things and for other people, and they don't always think about themselves, and how to raise a world changer, how to go in and just set your kids' goals high and just let them know what is going on globally. What do other children in other countries and around the world face? And it's sailing off of Australia and just the polar regions. And it just takes you through all different areas, and it talks about different stories and circumstances and things that children face. A Harvest of Hope, Latin America. And it just has so many things that you can share with your children and books to encourage them and lift them up. It talks about silent music, the Middle East, and just tells you how other children live and how you can give your children the world and how you can give them beautiful literature so that they understand circumstances that they will face daily, and it will really help them to have just amazing growth and understanding. And the main thing I think of is just having compassion for other people. So I'm excited to read this. I've touched base through a few things, but I'm really excited to read this. I know it's going to be amazing. Another one that I want to share with you is my prayer journal. And I just really love these. I bought these off Etsy. I have not started using this one yet. It's my spring and summer journal. And it's really nice. It's really pretty, little pink flowers. I like how it's laid out. Let me show you the first page. It says, my prayer of thanks, my prayers for others, and my prayer for self. And it goes through and gives you quite a large section to write. And then you got this extra space here. And I like to date mine. And I like to look back over this. And I like to share what answered prayers Jesus has done and how has he answered them, because they're not always answered in the way maybe we would like. And, he has a perfect plan for us, and he knows what valleys we will walk through and what mountaintops we will stand on. And as we're walking through this pandemic, he knows our hearts. He knows our concerns. He wants the best for us, and we need to just lean in on him, and we need to trust him and to have a servant heart and to be thoughtful of others' needs around us. I always check in with my family, and I always ask them, how are you doing today? How are you? How is your new normal going? Because I think it's so important to know how they're feeling, to respect how they feel, and to try to lift them up. Make special meals, plan special games together as a family. We take a walk every night. We walk a quarter of a mile to a half a mile, and it's just so nice to be out as a family. And in this quarantine, yes, it is sad. Yes, there are things we can't do, but I have found that living in this time right now, that I have grown to know my children deeper. I've learned to have more compassion for them. I've learned to be a better wife and mom and friend. And I just want Jesus to continue working on me. So when I walk out of this, if that be God's will, that I will have a new perspective and I can open up doors that I kept shut for a long time. And I'm just so thankful for each one of you that stops by and watch my channel and comments and gives me thumbs up and have subscribed. You are a true blessing to me. And I just pray that God keeps each one of you safe. I pray that he watches over you and guides you. I pray that he will give you strength to trust him and to just rest in him. And I pray for all your family and friends. And I just ask that you remember God's promises and that you trust him and that you know that you can always count on him. And remember when you're dealing with people to be careful how you speak, because in the Bible, God's scripture tells us that you could be entertaining angels unaware. So we want to remember that. We want to remember to always be kind and gentle. So thank you again. If you've liked this video, give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And then hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I make more videos. And I do lots of different videos on homeschool curriculum. I love to do it on unit studies. I love my morning basket for mom. I have one for children. I think it's important as moms that we lift ourselves up, that we draw close to the Lord, and that we strengthen ourselves. We put the full armor on so that we can face each day, each new challenge, because we are women of God. May you be deeply blessed in this day. Bye-bye now.